Let us see what are API tokens. So let's take an analogy. Let's assume here we have a person that enters into a building. So let's say we have a building with a lot of floors. Let's say here we have one floor and the rest of the floors. And here, let's say this person comes at the entrance. Like, let's say this person comes here. And we have a receptionist at this stage, but also in every other stage. Like when we want to go from one floor to the other, we have like a receptionist handling the entrance to that floor. Now this person, the moment, let's say they are already registered, and let's say they are using their email and password here, like shown, let's say, in an ID card, and this receptionist is going to like return a token, like, or a key that this person can then use to enter in the building. So this is going to be a token. Now this person is going to be able to enter in the building using this token. Now let's say they want to go to the next floor, and in the next floor we are going to only be able to go if we have permission. Like, let's say there are, let's say, some sensitive floors up here, like let's say like some server rooms where only the IT person that, let's say, is more experienced can go, because like we have the data for every user that is using our application. So we want to make sure that we are only going to allow this person to enter to some, let's say, to a few floors or to a few rooms in floors, and not to every floor. And in this way, this is going to be like estimated or like checked based on the token permission. So in other words, we can think of each floor as a scope. So this is the, let's say, the scope of this token is only up to this floor, and this user cannot go upwards anymore. This is the top floor that this user can go. And this way, this token, let's say, was generated at the beginning of the day, like let's say at 8 a.m. when they came to work. But let's say at 5 p.m. this is not going to work. Like, this token is going to expire. And yeah, we can now go back to our API terms. So we can think of this building as the API, like, and floors, like these floors as resources, like, or like services. Let's say we want to access some data for a user, or we want to, let's say, pay a book, or like maybe, let's say, create a new item in our to-do list. So these are basically floors, and these are resources or services that we normally like would use an API for, like for a service or for some resources. And this token is actually like the key, like the API token. And this period when this token is, let's say, allowed is basically like the token life cycle. So after this period, we can just like expire this token, so to say, and we are no longer going to allow this token to be able to access any of the resources unless they generate a new token. And as we talked also about each floor, so each floor we can think about them as like just levels and like permission levels. So let's say we have just a very, let's say, simple user, like let's say we have like a social network, and this user can just post content, like send messages and so on. An admin user, on the other hand, can have like more additional permissions, so their token scope expands towards additional floors. So this user, admin user, is able to actually access a lot of more resources and a lot more services. Like, this admin user can delete like a regular user, or can, like, let's say change their password, or let's say send some direct email, but a user can't really send a private message or a direct email to the admin because they don't really know the admin email, but the admin knows every user's email, and so on.